Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Nonprofit organizations serve our community in a host of ways, and yet, until now, there's never been one place to find out about causes that are really extraordinary. It's time for Nonprofits Who Care, hosted by Ralph Grills, founder of My Favorite Nonprofit.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. It is time for Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary, and so is Ralph Grills.
Absolutely, Ralph. Welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you, guys. I'm really happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. Now, Ralph, you've been with us for about 6 months now.
Yeah, started in January.
Featuring causes that are really extraordinary. Let's give our listeners a little update about what you've been up to.
Yeah, well, for the past 6 months, which we're at now half point of the year, we first did a gala, Benefiting Up with People, which you all know you attended.
Sure.
And we were able to raise over $100,000 for that gala. And we've been doing the offline events to actually promote what we have done online. And online, we have created a platform for people to go onto our site at myfavoriternonprofit.com to be able to join our community that we have developed specifically for nonprofits. So anybody that wants to go on as an individual could join our site for free, create a profile, but instead of saying what they did over the weekend, they can actually go on and promote their passion, which is their favorite nonprofit.
Wow.
So it really gives them a place to really say, this is the one I'm involved with. Like last night, I actually volunteered to go to the Project Care's office at their corporate warehouse, and we did the sorting of the medical supplies there.
Isn't that an eye-opener?
That is an eye-opener.
They have such a huge operation going on, and I mean, when you talk about a warehouse, this is a warehouse's warehouse.
It is.
It's full of medical supplies.
It's very rewarding, I think, to participate in a charitable, something where you're giving back of your time, and at Project Cure, it is an eye opener to see what's going on and how all those medical supplies get from here to all the different places and all the different volunteers that it takes. But every nonprofit that you feature, Ralph, has really an army of volunteers behind it.
Exactly. And what I found out from Project Care, which is amazing, is that the majority of their individuals are volunteers, and their ratio is 98% of the money they raise goes actually to what they're doing for Project Care.
98%. So they're
2%,
operating on a 2% margin.
That's it.
Wow.
Now, that doesn't include shipping, because shipping obviously is
sure, but that's part of their process.
Exactly, that's part of their process. But they ship these containers, and it's like $20,000 to ship each container. And they're shipping thousands of containers.
And you got to volunteer there last night.
Yes.
So you're walking the walk as well. You are the owner of myfavoriternonprofit.com.
Mm-hmm.
You're encouraging people to get involved with their favorite nonprofit, to feature them on the website, to participate, to donate their time, and then you're out there doing the same thing.
Yeah, because I don't think I could be actually telling people to do this without doing it myself. I mean, I always believe you got to do what you say you're going to do. And when I told people I'm going to help nonprofits, that's really what I'm trying to do, is get involved with different nonprofits so I get to know what they are doing and what their process is, so that we're able to give advice to other nonprofits.
You know, and here's the thing, we see on social media all the time, on Facebook and Twitter, people are saying, hey, I'm participating in this race, and I'm in this golf tournament, and we're donating our time, and they're posting their pictures. This is a great place because on myfavoriternonprofit.com, because it's all philanthropic. Everybody's talking about their favorite charities. And so the whole premise behind it isn't so much about, okay, what I did over the weekend, but this is how I'm giving back.
Exactly. And it's what you did over the weekend if you're helping a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And so many different events going on that I found that are such great causes. Last week we had AJ Stapleton, and he has the Bikes for Kids with Key Ministry. I met with him this morning. He's now a member on our site, and he created a group, and we're talking about how do we get people involved with his group on the site. And that's what we're trying to do, is really get people to use the site as a tool, because they can now find nonprofits to get involved with that they didn't even know exist before.
Well, Ralph, there's so many people who come to us on an almost daily basis who have a favorite nonprofit that they really want to get promoted, and they ask us, they ask Angel and I all the time, can I get some airtime on the radio show? And we say, well, we have a way to do that now because of you, because you're here with My Favorite Nonprofit and Nonprofits Who Care. You are the kind of the door, the gateway to getting the kind of coverage that doesn't come any other way.
Right. And since I started my favorite nonprofit, before I would donate to a couple, but now actually getting involved with them, I just really have such respect for a lot of these nonprofits and what they're doing, that we are going to really create this platform on a different level where there's going to be more tools so that nonprofits can get more exposure and awareness.
And so we know that if we have a favorite nonprofit and we want to talk about that we donated and we ran a race and we built a house and we delivered meals, that's a great way for the community to get involved. But you have a very special way for the actual charities to be involved on the website as well.
That is correct. Also, the organizations can form what we talk about as a group. And as a group, it's like having a mini website on our website. So they have the tools to be able to go on there and promote themselves. They can do a blog. But the thing is nice about it, it's interactive, because they can email the people that are involved with them or following them, so they can keep up and what's their events and what they're doing.
You're really solving for their biggest struggle is getting the word out. They can't raise money if nobody's ever heard of them, and they can't connect with their, in this social realm these days.
Right.
We want to meet other people that have the same passion that we have, and as far as a company or a community or for our organization to get involved. So you're bringing it all together.
Think what would happen if we never discovered peanut butter and chocolate go together, right? And yet, this is what you're doing in essence, is putting people together, not just with money, but with their volunteer time,
right,
and all of it. It's all so necessary. I used to run a nonprofit organization. I know only too well how important that is. Thanks so much to one of our listeners who is retweeting as we speak that Nonprofits Who Care causes are really extraordinary. Sign up for your favorite nonprofit at myfavoritenonprofit.com. That was Marilyn.
Oh, thank you.
She's listening, man.
I appreciate that.
You betcha.
Yeah, any exposure that we could get out there, we want to get nonprofits known. And that's the reason why I started my favorite nonprofit, because I found out there was over 1.8 million nonprofits in the U.S. filed as a 501c3 with the IRS.
How many?
1.8 million.
Wow.
Which is amazing. I could never imagine there was that many.
No.
And then I started looking at the list of the nonprofits that they had on there, and 99% of them I haven't even heard of. So that's why I thought.
And that's the downside. Never even heard of them.
Exactly.
I met somebody not too long ago who works for a nonprofit, and I had never heard of it. And he was telling me how long they'd been in business. Mm-hmm. They're bigger than some of the more popular known. But here's the thing: size doesn't matter. How long you've been in business doesn't matter. If nobody's heard of you, they're not going to donate. You're not going to get volunteers. You're not going to be able to be as extraordinary as you have the potential to be. Ralph, do you want to talk a little bit about the book that you're putting together?
Well, I'll be putting together a book that's going to actually highlight some nonprofits that I feel that are doing extraordinary things. And so I'm working on that right now. I've got a couple I've already chosen to be a part of the book, and I'm looking for some more that I'm going to actually keep a secret, but they're going to be coming out.
Ooh,
all right, so folks, if you
sense of mystery.
If you'd like to be published in Ralph's upcoming book, all you need to do is contact him. Go to myfavoritenonprofit.com and hit the contact button.
Right. We have a contact form on there, and we can get back with you and let you know what we can do for you.
Wonderful. Ralph, you bring it every single week, and it is our honor, our privilege to work with you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I really enjoy working with you guys, and I think we make a great team.
We're really proud to have myfavoritenonprofit.com as a partner on the Experience Pros radio show. If you want to have your favorite nonprofit featured, connect with Ralph. Feature them, sign them up at the website. It is free for you to be a part of the website. If you have an organization that is not listed on this website, one of the best things you can do is help them get the word out. So encourage them to sign up as an organization on the website. Ralph, thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, Angel, while we've been talking all throughout the hour, I have been monitoring both our app downloads. Those things are flying off the shelf right now. Remember, Experience Pros Radio Show has an app. We've got new visitors to the Facebook page.
We've noticed you've been a little busy.
No,
we saw you work on that.
I'm multitasking here. And shout out to Tony, who's just brand new on our Facebook page. Thanks for liking the page. That's facebook.com/experiencepros. And we want to thank you, wherever you are, driving down the road, sitting in the cubicle, or working for your customers. We want to thank you for tuning into the Experience Pros Radio Show. You are the revolution. Don't forget to download your app, iPhone and Android.